Hello, members of my cult. Alright, this is the first video, right? And today's the date that I'm recording this is like straight after I like recorded the introduction video, so it's the 16th of October. So the aim of this first video is to increase typing speed. Now you're probably thinking, what the flip? Why would I want to do that? Well, actually, there is a very good reason that you want to do that. There's a lot of jobs in the future, in these days, that require like a lot of typing and stuff, and like there's a lot of real world application for being able to type fast, right? Like let's say you had like some essay due like in 2 minutes. Well, if you had super fast typing speed, done. You see what I mean? So that's the aim of this video. I'll see you in the next bit. Okay, hello, my drillers. So it has been a few days since I recorded like the last clip. Anyway, I'll tell you what I'm doing so far. All right. So basically, I already started the like trying to get better at like touch typing even before like the video started, and then like halfway through doing that, I was like, oh wait, maybe I should document this and it could be useful to other people. So I've already done like a bit. All right, so I'll tell you what I've done. All right, so face cam edition. So basically, I just searched up um like typing course 3, and this thing came up like this typing club thing. So basically, I was thinking if I can just like work through this whole thing, and then at the end over here it says advanced level 9 speed goal 75 words per minute. That means like, oh, if I just progress at this like maybe like 20 minutes or so every single day, then I'll get pretty good. As you can see, I've already got around 50% progress. Alright guys, so I'll tell you what I'm doing currently. Okay, so back on this typing club thing. So basically, I'm just working through all these different levels here, and if you see these ones that have got like stars underneath it like this, what I'm trying to go ahead and do is I'm trying to get 5 stars on all the different things. That's been alright, and I've been progressing. So but then eventually I've reached like a roadblock like around here, so I can't do this one with 5 stars like continuously. It's pretty difficult, and so now what I'm doing to try and improve my skill, even though I can't like progress, is actually go back to the beginning. And if you see in the corner of all the ones with the stars, there's like this, like a blue star, and it says here perfect score. So if so, right now what I'm trying to do is actually get perfect score, which is even more difficult than 5 stars on all the ones that I've done before, and so I've been pretty successful at that. And then maybe after doing that, your hands will get like a bit more warmed up, and then you can come back to the difficult one, and then you'll probably be able to do it. Alright, now I'll teach you exactly how you should be doing this. So while working through this, it will actually tell you like the method on how to do it. Okay, if you see in the bottom, it shows here where your finger placement should be. Okay, and what's important is this thing about the home row. Okay, the home row is just the middle row. Okay, and the whole idea behind it is that your fingers can rest in the middle, and then you can easily reach like keys like above and below it or to the side of it. Alright, so this is the next part of the video. So over here I've pulled up a picture of here it just shows you a diagram where exactly the different fingers rest on the keyboard and which keys each of the fingers hit. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about, the home row, right? It's the middle row, and all your fingers can just rest nicely. Now, an easy way you can find the home row without actually looking down at the keyboard is by feeling these bumps. Okay, I'll show you like a diagram or something. So there's these bumps on the F and the J key that you can like feel for, and by finding that one thing, that one bump, then you know exactly where the other fingers should fall into place. From this diagram you can see all the different keys that each of the fingers hit. As you can see, like this right index finger, it hits all of these keys here, and yeah, you can get the idea of what happens. With the little fingers, it actually hits most of the other keys, but these keys are not used as much. But it's a lot more difficult to learn how to hit those keys that are a lot farther away, because you have to actually stretch to reach them. But with practice, you'll be able to do that quite quickly. Alright, there's actually one more thing that I forgot to mention in the previous clip, so it's to do with uncomfortable keys. So as you can see from this diagram here, it's showing how you're supposed to be typing the C key. And it seems quite weird, right? Using your middle finger and to come down to there, like, it seems like quite a weird movement that's not really the right thing. And like, you know, even in the start, like, I thought, wouldn't it be easier to just use your index finger and bring it down to C? That seems a lot more natural. But actually, it turns out that if you stick with, like, by using the middle finger to do it, it actually does help in the long run. Just stick with it. Like, whatever it says, just stick with it, because it actually is worth it. And now I've become like, it feels a lot more easy for me to hit these keys now. You're probably wondering like why I'm showing you this clip, and it's to show you that this, it may take like a few tries to actually get like a perfect score. Like here, I have rage quit a bit, you know, but you just have to keep on going. So, you know, it does take a couple of tries for me. See, look, didn't get it again for the third time now. I'm like really concentrating. You can see in my eyes I'm doing that. And also another thing that you have to do, make sure you like blink every so often, like, because your eyes do actually dry up, and take a break every like hour or so. That is it's good to do that. And so here you can see at the end, it's well worth it. Hello, it has been a little bit. So I'm actually recording this during the NNN video, but do not forget, I'm still carrying on, of course, with the touch typing, right? So I actually forgot to mention a few more benefits of why would you want to do this? So if you've ever been in an online argument, you know that whoever types the fastest is going to be the winner, because they can get their words out quicker and they can demolish the opponent before they even get the chance to speak. So yeah, very very useful, right? Yeah. Right. What else? Oh, I got one.
Huh?
So you'll be able to attract a mate. But you're thinking, oh, why? It's because you'll be able to attract them with your amazing fingering skills. You won't even have to look at the... Alright, next benefit. So this is something that I found while doing my extensive research. The more you can increase your typing speed, the closer you can get from your typing speed to equal your brain thinking speed. You know, that inner monologue inside your head. If you can make your typing speed equal the same as that, you can get all your words out at the same speed that you're talking inside your mind. Imagine how useful that is. And that will therefore increase creativity, right? Because you're just able to you're just able to blurt out, you're like mind dumping. That's a word, right? For it, you're just able to get all of your thoughts onto the screen, which is very useful sometimes. And then after, you can always like edit around with it. Alright, another thing that will improve your typing speed is this one keyboard shortcut that I found online, right? And that is Control Backspace. So basically what this does is it deletes a whole word at once. And now that's very useful, because imagine you've typed like a long sentence, but then you made a mistake way back here. So with this you can just delete, and then just go back instead of just praying bam 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 bam, slowly getting back there. Instead, just delete big chunks. It's much more efficient. But sadly, you can't do this on that that website that I was showing you earlier, the Typing Club website. Here's another thing that you have to do. Do not look at your keyboard when you're typing. The whole point of touch typing is to be able to do it without looking down. And so the only way that you're going to get better at that is if you're going to practice not looking down. And trust, it will build like mental muscle memory, like accuracy inside your head. You'll just be like typing, and you won't even like look down to have a look if that's the correct one, but your brain will just know that it's the correct one. So yeah, it's quite useful. Alright, and then here's another one. Focus on building accuracy first, then building speed, because you don't want to be like tripping over all your mistakes when you're trying to type fast, right? Because then you'll have to go back, and actually that'll be like worse for the long term, because then you have to go back and change all of the stuff. Instead, why don't you be accurate first? Maybe you'll be slower, but then eventually build that up, so then you're really fast and you're really accurate at the same time. On Typing Club, make sure you use backspace on it. So I didn't actually know this until like further on. I should have already known at the start, but if you press backspace, it gets rid of a word, and I didn't even think you could do that. Like when it goes red, when you got it wrong, you can actually go back and edit it to make it right. That's why it says like real accuracy and then like your actual like accuracy, just normal accuracy. It's because it's saying like what you got after you edited it, which is your accuracy, but your real accuracy, what you got without like changing, like without backspacing. This will like improve like your ability to go back and fix mistakes, and it will also build your muscle memory to click the backspace button, which is also very useful. You have to treat improving as a game. Just imagine that it's just like a video game and you're just going through the levels. That's how you should imagine it. And when you get bogged down, alright, take a break, it's fine, and you can come back to it later. It's not like it's gonna go away or anything. Not like your dad. Wait, what? Learn the correct muscle memory from the start. So now I've gotten a bit of a pickle, and I'll tell you why. So basically right now I'm always clicking the backspace key with my ring finger, and that's not very optimal because you could just click it with your pinky because it does stretch, because it's a lesser distance to get there. But I've just been doing it with my ring finger for so long that it's just muscle memory, and now I can't get rid of it. So make sure you take the time in the beginning to get the correct muscle memory, and then focus on increasing speed, because now it's very difficult to unlearn bad muscle memory. So make sure you do that. Alright, here's a concept that you can use to increase your typing speed even further beyond. At the moment you're probably typing letter by letter, just like this letter. Like if you're typing the word crack, you'll type a C, then R, then A, then C, then K, right? But then if you want to go further beyond, what you have to try and get is type word by word, right? So by this, like, okay, here's a analogy. Imagine this. So if you've ever played the piano before, you would know that there's these things called chords. It's when you play multiple notes at the same time, right? And so like applying that same concept into like an actual like keyboard instead of like a piano keyboard, basically what you can do is you can have all your fingers assembled in the right positions and then just click them at the right time. Now that's what you have to try and build, instead of first finding this one and then find that one. Instead, find all of them and click it. Alright? That's a much better way of going about it. Or if you can't get to word by word yet, which I imagine you won't, like a stepping stone to get there, think of it like syllable by syllable. So a syllable is just one chunk of a word, you could say. Like the word mountain is two syllables, mountain and tin, mountain, yeah? And so you could break it up into those two 4-letter segments, and then first get your fingers positioned for mound, and then 10, right? It's like a stepping stone to get to that later on step. Here's another concept that you could borrow from music. It's reading ahead. Now basically what this is when you're playing the notes, you can't just look at the note and then look at the next note. You have to be like looking at the notes that are ahead, preparing your fingers for the next movement, right? Like, so if you're playing an A currently, then you have to be looking at what the next note is, a B, so you have to get ready to play with your next finger, right? So you can apply that same thing into touch typing. So if you're doing a word like hello, so you got that word, but then the next one is bye. Well, you know that after you type the O, you have to get ready for the BYE. So you have to just read ahead to know what your next word is. And the more words you read ahead, the faster you'll be able to read. Like around 2 to 4 words is like a really good level. But obviously start from like one. That's where I'm at currently. But yeah. Alright, here's another one. It's optimizing your typing style, right? So after you've like completed like the main course or whatever, like learning where like all the keys are, then you're gonna wanna go ahead and like personalize your own style of typing. The best way to do that is by eliminating consecutive finger usage, I guess. So let's say you have to type in a word that you have to use the same finger for. So something that, but it's like consecutive, right? So front door. Okay, let's just take the front bit, yeah? Now, if I get a picture, this would be a lot easier. So the F and the R both use the same finger, right? And so what you're gonna have to do is, if you want to make it faster, you don't want to do like F then R. You want to get your other finger ready. It doesn't matter which one, but one of them will be above and the other will be below. And now it might seem weird, but it will improve. The whole point of this is you have to increase efficiency by using different fingers. Otherwise you're gonna have to take the time to move that same finger around, which will be less efficient. Or instead of using your index finger for the top one, maybe using your other hand to come up on top. It might work. You're just gonna have to find your own style, but keep that in mind. Trying to eliminate consecutive finger usage. Alright, here's another one. You gotta have like a good posture, and what that is both feet flat on the floor. Look directly at the screen. Don't want to be like looking up at it like this, or like looking down like this. You want to have like a nice straight flat back posture, and then elbows are bent, and then it's just like this, and you're just typing away. Alright, what you should also do is take a test on like a word test speed thing at the start, and then you'll be able to easily track your progress by seeing how much you get better every week also. And this will help your motivation to even carry out, because if you're not seeing progress, you'll probably not want to do it, right? You'll be able to track your progress pretty nicely. It will just be like a nice curve like that. Maybe at the start you'll drop down trying to relearn your muscle memory, but then you'll uh, go higher. Alright, that's probably the end of my little research bit. I did quite a bit of research. I did so much research on YouTube that literally all of the videos were just Indian YouTubers speaking like Hindi, which I don't understand. Yeah, I'm dumb, I'm a failure, what do you want? Maybe that'll be a future video, who knows. Um, But yeah, so I did quite a lot of research, bro. I even went to the second page of Google, bro. I'm on crack. I literally have all the secrets inside me, and now I've bestowed them onto you. So feel grateful. Um, Alright, well, there's one last thing. It's just like the different websites that you can use. So I'll just like display them all on screen right now. And maybe I'll like put them in the description or something for you to go and access later on. Alright then, that's all for this video. That's all for this segment, I guess. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh,
Hey yo, what the
it
fuck?
has been a while. As you can see, I think I've de-aged myself by like 20 years. Anyway, anyway, currently the date is the 20th of December. So there's been 2 months since I first started this challenge of trying to improve my typing speed. And well, I don't think I really set the goals clearly when I first recorded it. I don't think I've actually set any goals.
Bruh.
Okay, so it says the average typing speed is around 40 words per minute. So that means I was below average at the start. Like even while like hunting and pecking, which is like the term when you just kind of do that and you like look at the keyboard and do that. Even when I was doing that, it was still like lower than that, which is kind of sad. But anyway, it has definitely improved quite a bit. But where exactly did I want to get up to? I just searched up productive typing speed, and here it says 60 to 70 words per minute. Um, I mean, I've seen like a lot of videos like saying that that's so easy and stuff, but for like someone like me, it's actually pretty difficult to get to that. But you know, I'm quite close. Like currently, I'm hovering around just under 60 words per minute. So yeah, I should hopefully be able to reach like mid 60s like words per minute by like the end of December. Alright, I just wanted to show you there is actually a good way to actually like see your progress. So when you're in like this typing club website, oh whoops. Yeah, okay, so if you go to stats, right, you can actually see how you're doing, and it's got a lot of data on like just everything. This one is pretty useful over here. So basically, let's just take off everything. Okay, so we'll have it on the weekly, right? And so if you go to speed here, you can see how my speed has like changed over time. Okay, and so you can see how it's like gone up, gone up, gone up, then it's gone down, and you're probably wondering, well, why is that? Well, that's because I think at this point I was trying to learn like a new method for doing things, and when you want to unlearn bad habits, it does slow down your progress. You have to like go back down. So that's why I emphasize to learn like the good muscle memory from the start. That way you don't have to like unlearn it and then like relearn a new one, right? So that's what happened here. Went down to 26 words per minute, which is quite low, and then went back up to where I was before basically, and then it kind of went down a bit here. That's because I didn't really do as much practice, as you can see. But then I was kind of hovering at that kind of point there. Then here is where I tried to like unlearn the backspace thing that I was talking about. When I used to hit backspace with my ring finger instead of my pinky finger, now I hit it with my pinky, and then as you can see here at the end, it's just growing and growing exponentially, which is great. So that's probably how I'd expect someone's progress to be. It's just like starts off decent, goes down, and then goes up. These other dips here are just because I've had to unlearn and relearn stuff. But if you just start off learning the right things, this is how I expect the graph to look like. And then there are some other things here like coverage, which is like keyboard coverage, which is how much of the keyboard you can hit. And so when you saw this graph, and it said here like 35 words per minute, and you know you haven't improved too much, have you? That's what you're probably thinking. Well, actually I have. You have to take into account that this keyboard coverage, the keyboard coverage for this time was only 63%, right? So I could do 35 words per minute, but only for 63% of the keyboard. And so if I just take off speed, look at how that coverage has improved. So it's gone to 85, and then it's gone up, and now I'm like around 100% now. So that's another thing that you have to keep in mind. And then accuracy, that's also improved over time. Now it's just at 100%, which is perfect. Alright, down here it says keyboard mastery. This is also I don't really use this as much, but you know, it could be useful. So it just shows all the different keys on the keyboard, and over here, as you can see, the darker the blue, the faster the characters. White keys have not been practiced yet. Well, I have actually practiced this one, but like they haven't in the website, they haven't like taught how to use some of these characters. That's why it's still white. But you can see which characters you need to improve on, like 3, 4, and 6. For me, are quite low, so I need to improve my speed on them. And then over here it says your words per minute for different fingers, right? And so this is also pretty useful. You can see what finger you need to work on more. So as you can see, these two index fingers are really strong, but then my right pinky finger is quite weak, so that's what I need to improve. And yeah, so have a look at these stats like window in this typing club. Alright, little update since the last segment. So the date today is the 30th of December, so it's been 10 days since the last segment. And yeah, I've actually improved as expected. I did get to the end of that like typing club website, and now I'm just kind of going over some past levels and stuff when I get like 5 stars or like perfect score and stuff like that. And then I discovered this thing, which was, I mean, I'm a little bit gutted I didn't discover it at the start. So there's actually like different language versions of this like typing club junk. I don't even know. So yeah, there's like a UK version, and so all this time I was wondering like why I was getting so much like random like American stuff in here. Yeah, let's see here. So it says US legal branches. I mean, I was fine with just like typing like it out, but like I don't really care. But then turns out there is like a UK version. This is more tuned to the British ways. You've got King Arthur over here. Um and yeah, okay. And now another thing that I should have probably known at the start is, so you see this thing here, it says placement test. If you do that test, you can actually skip like a lot of the stuff they don't really want to do, and it will just like automatically unlock some amount of levels for you. So for me, yeah, tricky words too. I mean, I just did it randomly. I wasn't like trying, but yeah. So when I did the placement test, it already just let me have all of these for free because it knows that I'm a pro. I'm a seasoned expert at typing. That's probably the worst thing to be an expert. Okay, so there's actually more lesson plans here. I expect most people are like doing the English typing. I don't. I mean, there is like other stuff there, like Arabic, and there's actually quite a few actually. But yeah, there's also the Great Britain version of. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what the rest of these things are here. I just say stick to typing jungle, and then just do the one for your country. Anyway, how's it going? So, yeah, I've actually completed all of it, but you know, I don't think I've reached 75 words per minute yet. Like most of these things over here are 3 stars out of 5. So, you know, I have like some work to get done. But I took a typing test on just like a different website, and it came up with 67 words per minute. So I think then in that case I have achieved my goal. Like remember when it said 60 to 70 words per minute is like a productive typing speed. Well, yep, I've achieved that. So I think that marks the end of this challenge, and that's quite a good time to end it because it's like the end of the year, so that's nice. Alright, real quick, I just want to show you that it's legit that I've actually got like this 60 70 like word per minute like typing range. So I'm gonna just record myself doing this typing test here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get the camera and just kind of like place it some like on my shirt, and I'll just kind of like record the keyboard so you can also see like my hand movement. Alright, I'm in the setup, but it's probably like the second most scuffed setup I've ever been in. But alright, let's give it a go. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I actually just failed it. I just got like 56 words per minute. But now I've had like a little warm up. Hopefully this time I'll do better. Okay then, there you go. 66 words per minute. How about that? Now honestly, that run, I wasn't even going like full sweat at all. Like I was just kind of going like at a regular pace. So 60 to 70 words per minute at just like calm level, I'd say that's pretty good. So yeah, I'd I guess I'll call this challenge finito, but you know I'll continue like trying to improve in the background. But for now, I think that wraps up this challenge. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, I don't know. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Thought you could leave without saying goodbye? Get in that reference. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a couple more just keyboard shortcuts here. These could prove to be useful. So first one that I guess we'll cover is uh, is control and delete at the same time. What that does, it deletes the word in front of the cursor. So just watch this. You see that AOJMC or whatever, that hieroglyphic stuff? Now watch. Go on like your dad. Alright, so that's pretty useful. Then, if you hold down control and you press like the arrow keys, you can go in that direction. So if I press control and then like the left arrow key, like so I can like move about. I think, wait, if we do that, okay, that's also pretty useful. I just discovered that. So control and the up arrow key goes to the very start of the text, and control and the down arrow key goes to the very end of the text. Alright, yeah, that's all, but pretty useful stuff there. Alright then, peace.